Good evening, fellow Singaporeans. When independence was thrust upon us in 1965, we needed to unite, in the words of our national anthem, with a new spirit. Dengan semangat yang baru. We had been cast out by Malaysia and had to make our own way, with scarce resources and a population of fewer than 2 million people. As Singapore turns 60, let us embrace the spirit that we need for 2025 and for our next stage of development. First, let us have a new spirit of caring. A Singapore Management University survey published in 2020 found that 10.4% of Singaporean households experience food insecurity at least once in the previous 12 months. Food insecurity means not having enough food to eat. That fact might shock you. So many people in Singapore at times go hungry, and soaring inflation has made things worse. In a Straits Times article this April, a security officer said that grocery bills for his family of 5 have risen 20% from 3 years previously. And because he had to buy a laptop for his son's polytechnic studies, he had to skip lunch for half a month. Is this acceptable in Singapore? We believe that the Workers' Party's repeated queries in Parliament have pushed the government to help Singaporeans more than it otherwise would have. But the government needs to extend more care and to do so more thoughtfully. For example, while CDC vouchers are welcome, does it make sense for a household of 5 persons, like that of the security officer, to be given the same $300 worth of vouchers as a household with only 1 person? And was it caring to raise GST from 8 to 9% when the government was on its way to a huge budget surplus? If you elect us into Parliament, we will continue to raise cost of living issues. It is fine if the PAP does not give us credit when they implement our suggestions, so long as Singaporeans benefit. Next, let us adopt a new spirit of competition. The Workers' Party makes carefully researched suggestions concerning the use of our national reserves, improvements to the criminal justice system, and on the GST, among other matters. While the PAP has said that it welcomed ideas from everyone, it routinely rejects our suggestions. Surely, competition must be a good thing. The government itself promotes competition by creating more than 1 national health group, licensing more than 1 mobile phone company, and having more than 1 MRT provider. If competition is good in principle, then competition in politics must also be good. The Workers' Party will continue to raise alternatives to government policies. Academics, industry experts, and the public can assess our alternatives, and with time, good suggestions may have to be implemented by the PAP because of pressure from various branches of society. If you believe that the PAP government has become more responsive to Singaporeans' concerns because of the checks that it faces in Parliament, we ask for your vote so that we can continue to engage the PAP in healthy competition. Finally, let us have a new spirit of confidence in our country and in our people. While there is much more to do to care for Singaporeans, we can see that Singapore, as a 60-year-old nation, has matured and is far stronger than in 1965. The challenges back then were immense. The 1G PAP leaders were fully invested in a Malaysian Malaysia and had to backtrack because it was untenable, something they realized very quickly after joining the Federation of Malaysia. Imagine that, joining another country and then having to reverse the decision. The future today may be unpredictable and storm clouds may well be on the horizon, requiring us to dig deep in our reservoirs of gumption and resilience. But that should not distract Singaporeans from the fact that we are ready for a first world parliament. Even if you elect all Workers' Party candidates in this election, the PAP will still have a strong mandate to govern. But it will govern subject to scrutiny by well-qualified, dedicated and independent Workers' Party MPs. We are cohesive enough as a society robust enough as an economy, and mature enough as a nation to accept a much higher number of rational, respectable, and responsible opposition MPs than we have now. Vote for the Workers' Party, and we will continue working for Singapore with a new spirit of caring, competition, and confidence. Dengan semangat yang baru, majulah Singapura.